Sometimes what people don't understand, they won't embrace. People live in a community, but not for the community. As much help as we can be, we can do just as much damage.
The neighborhood was not that open to it. They were afraid we were becoming a nightclub or something, and I had to explain to them that no, we're going to have a garden. We're going to bring as much quality as we possibly can.
We've said it from the very beginning that it's always just been real food. Real food, that's all. And I think that that's something in which people are craving right now. I think they just want to go back to the basics. I think they want to go back to real food.
I'm looking forward to growing food for people who appreciate it and just, just being normal and friendly and having life, these face-to-face transactions. Whereas here, there is no face-to-face transaction. These people don't want this farm here, but they've never walked through my farm. They've never accepted invitations for a tour. They've never seen it. They hate it. They've never seen it. And that's hard for me. It's one thing to say you don't want this in your community after experiencing it, but to assume that, is quite another.
And for us, that's a big thing. I mean, it's not just what we're putting out as a product, but seriously, to say hello, good morning, goodbye, it's almost become a lost art.
What they complain about what I'm doing is completely superficial and cosmetic. What I'm complaining about what they're doing is not only has a local detriment to what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to accomplish, but also on a more macro scale, it's bad all around.
Living in a community can have its challenges, but it can provide a place for people to live in and raise their families, to provide support for those around them.
We've been in business for a year now, and there's been quite a few faces that I see almost on a weekly basis, which is really, really neat. It was kind of what I set out for. I wanted to be the neighborhood spot, similar to what I did in France with the neighborhood bistro. You could always see your neighbor at the spot, have coffee with them, sit out on the deck or the porch. It was a good way of bonding a neighborhood. And it seemed like we really needed something like that. We've got some great restaurants down here.
Plus, it also made an immediate link from the vendors, not only the store owners that are year-round, but the vendors that come in on the weekend. They came in early because we were opened early, and we got to know everybody on a first-name basis, and they could not believe that. They said there's nowhere that they go that anybody even seems to care about their business, let alone know their names, know their kids' names, where they work. And so it just became an immediate spot, kind of the neighborhood spot where everybody comes now because it feels comfortable.
Since there isn't complete awareness, the main population is not eating raw and is not eating whole foods and stuff. I mean, there's more awareness now than there was, but it still needs education. And so they can find out where these farmers are and where the farmers markets are and where they can join a co-op or, a CSA.
That made me start thinking that there's really something to this. Knowing my farmers, knowing their families, it's a lot easier releasing a check at the end of the week to somebody you know and you trust than a corporation. You don't know what's going on and you may not have a good relationship with them.
I love what we're doing here. Troy started this before I even got here. He's the owner. And it's been a wonderful opportunity to be able to work with these kind of ingredients and have the freedom to change the menu like we are. It's very uncommon to be in a place and work with an owner who's like, whatever you think's going to be good, go ahead and do it. And that's given us the chance in the kitchen. We've brought in some really great people, and we had a really great team back there that's making really fun food. And it's just great to be able to bring that to Kansas City and have so many people behind us. We've just been open for a year, like I said, and the amount of turnout of people who are just grateful to have, a place that's open late and has good quality food and people who care about what they're doing, not only the kitchen staff, but the servers as well.
Small farms and sort of, I guess, mom and pop operations where you just have a couple farmers and a couple employees maybe, rather than tons of migrant workers working. I think that is a community.